Yo, it's me, the Golden Sand here, and I am back, okay? Now, I know I was gone not longer than usual, but longer than usual, you know what I'm saying? Now, this idea is, what if Goku was sent to Asgard? Now, originally, I was actually going to do what if Goku was in the MCU. Now, I decided to go with this idea, seeing how mythology itself is just amazing. Now, I'm just going to say now, as a full disclaimer, these are my personal opinions of the power scaling that goes on and the opinions of the characters. So, this is all just my personal opinion of everything, okay? So, I don't need you guys just going and saying, he wouldn't do this, and Thor Loki wouldn't do this, okay? Now, yeah. Also, I forgot to say that I also have a Patreon now. I will link that in the description. You guys can go ahead and join if you guys want. Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. And also, you guys can join the channel, which actually I will be highly thankful for that. You guys, there are certain exclusive roles that certain members can get for whatever class that you pick. So yeah, if you guys want to join, go ahead. And if I didn't say this already, the thumbnail is made by Meister Jonathan. His channel link down in the description. Now, with further ado, let's hop into this amazing what if video.
Hey, chill, I'm still going. Ride in the Maserati, catch a body, she a hottie, call her shawty, look like a Barbie, catch her like Cardi, throw a party with your mommy, I can tell that she want me, cause I'm saucing in this bitch, saucing in this bitch. Heard you tryna hit a lick, little boy, tucking shit, little boy, with the hits, little boy, no C's, no crib, little boy, hop in your crib, little boy, yes, I'm the shit, little boy. They call me Bobby, cause I saw that chick a week ago, but now I'm ghosting, cause I don't wanna see that hoe, and now I'm rolling the hitters just like a Noli, cause I said they want smoke, but in real life they don't know me.
Now, we start this story off with a Saiyan child being born. This Saiyan we know as Goku, but as for right now, his name will be Kakarot. Now, Kakarot will still have the same power level as the original. Now, let's go with the DBZ power scaling and make his power level go to the power level of 10. Now, everything, of course, will still be going on as the normal canon, except when he's about to get sent to Earth, a black hole would open up and suck his space pod in. This could crash land into, well, or near the palace, well, of Asgard, and, well, this would alert a lot of people. Every Asgardian would be surprised and kind of freaked out, wondering what was that big crash, and is the apocalypse already among them? The prophecy of Ragnarok, is that already happening? Now, the first one to say something would be Odin. He would tell everybody to calm down, telling them that everything's going to be alright. Now, at this point, Thor and Loki would be the first ones to actually go near this, seeing how they were the closest to it. And they would see a little pod and a baby inside of it, and they would just break off the ship, seeing how they're way stronger than, well, a normal human anyways. And they would just break open the door, and they would grab the baby out. Now, they would bring this kid to Odin, and they would tell, well, their father that this is what they found, and if they can keep this baby as their, well, as their own, not as their kid or anything, but as their brother, Odin would decide that it is in the best interest of, well, himself mostly, that he might as well, seeing how this will keep Thor and Loki possibly out of trouble, seeing that they might possibly have to deal with this type of responsibility. So yeah, he would adopt Goku. Now, they would have named him Goku, seeing how it kind of reminded him of, like, the myth of the, well, Monkey King. I think there was one in the mythology, and it will kind of remind them of, well, him, seeing how he has the tail, and so they would call him Goku. And, well, the baby, of course, will respond to the name, so they're just gonna stay with Goku. Now, okay, so we're gonna skip around a few years, and Goku was never really allowed to go outside at night anyway, so he would sneak out one day, and, well, you guys know what happened. He would turn into the Great Ape. Now, everyone here, of course, will still, of course, be stronger than Goku. it doesn't really matter how strong he gets. He has to train for like thousands of, not even thousands, like 100 years to even get to their level. Well, or just a few years so since he is a Saiyan, and Saiyans seem to go stronger as they just go on and fight. But at this moment, the people who would still be the close to him would still be Thor and Loki. Both of them would use their special magic and power to take down, well, Goku. Now, they wouldn't realize it was Goku at first, but then after they see the tail, they would realize that it was him. So their first thought would be to cut off the tail. That would be the first thought of action. Now, once they do that, Goku would shrink back down and, well, back into his like regular base form, or just his body. Now, almost all the Asgardians have seen this, and they will go to Odin asking if they can just banish this child, seeing how he's going to bring nothing but destructions to his city. Odin would just yell and saying, "No one's going to banish my child. Only I have that power. And he hasn't done nothing wrong yet. He hasn't killed anyone. So, if anybody lays a hand on my son, you're going to get it." Everyone would back down after that statement. Now, a day would pass, and Goku would just be, well, he would wake up, and he would just be doing his normal thing. Nobody would tell him that what happened. But eventually, Loki would have told him, seeing how Loki still is mischievous and, well, kind of conniving, in a sense. And he would tell Goku what happened, and saying that everyone wanted to banish him. Goku would just start crying, seeing how this is the only thing that he could do at this moment. He can't even, if he goes to apologize, what if they try to banish him right then and there? So he tries to stay on his best behavior. And then Thor would go and try to, how can I say, boost his confidence up, as he would ask Goku, does he want to fight? And Goku says yes, and he doesn't even know why he said yes himself. He just feels like that's the best way to cheer himself up. So he'd be training and fighting with Thor. And yeah, they would be fighting for so long, and Goku would have the best fun of his life. Even after all the games of hide and seek and all the games they played together, this is the best part, just sparring. Loki would see this, and he would get jealous of both Thor and also, well, Goku, seeing how Thor is his brother. How can he just come here and just take him away? He needs to find a way to banish Goku. Now, we're going to skip around to the age where Goku's around 15. He is 4 years younger than both, well, Thor and also, well, Loki. So, I mean, they're 19 and, well, Goku's 15. So, they would just be going around just pranks on everyone, or Goku and Loki would, seeing how over the years all of them would have gotten a little bit closer, but Loki still had the hatred in his heart that he still wanted him to go away, but he hasn't acted upon it. So yeah, they would just be having fun around the palace, doing whatever they really wanted, since they were all princes in a sense. Now, nothing would really change except, well, Goku would be a lot stronger. And over the years, I would say he would have acquired Ikari, saying how he never really had his tail, and over the years Goku would have probably gotten mad enough to transform into the state. Now that's let's just say that's only one of the two forms that I'm going to give him in this what if, okay? Now, we're going to skip a little bit further until around the start of the original Thor movie. Now, Loki would manipulate Thor the same way he did before, and to get him to go to the Frost Giants. Now, like, everything is happening with the Frost Giants snuck in, try to steal the Tesseract. That would have already happened during that time. So, yeah, Thor would have already been angry about that, and he would agree with Loki. Loki would smile mischievously, as he knows that this will possibly get him banished, and even Goku, because Goku follows Thor everywhere. So this can get them both banished. So, yeah, around this time, yeah, Thor and Goku would be around the same age. So, well, not the same age, but Thor would be the same age as he was in the original movie. And Goku would be a little older as well. Now, they would both the same people that they did in the original movie, and yeah, they would just start fighting the frost giants. Like, I can't really say anything else because that's what they did. They talked for a little bit and they just started fighting. Now Loki would be there as well, and he would get touched by the frost giant like he did in the original, and nothing would happen to him like the others. He wouldn't feel like a burning freeze, none of that. His skin would just turn blue, and as he sees this, he realizes something. He has to be a frost giant. But he doesn't act upon his emotions yet. He has to confirm it with Odin. So after that, both Thor and Goku would get in trouble, and then, Loki would ask if he was a frost giant, seeing how his skin just turned blue when the frost giant touched him. He didn't feel the burning, freezing sensation, and nothing bad happened to him even after he was touched. So Odin would explain, saying how he is still his son, but not even wanting to hear that, Loki would walk away. Now after that, Odin would kind of get angry at both Thor and also Goku, and it's just their final straw, seeing how all they've been doing have been just pulling pranks and not obeying him. So they would banish, of course he would banish both Thor and Goku, and he would use the same or do the same chant, saying how nobody must be worthy to get the powers of Thor, stuff like that. And he would first send down both Goku and Thor, them both landing in different places. Goku would land at Stark Tower. Thor would land in the same place he did before, with his hammer just a a few meters away from him. And then, Thor would get up and he would get hit by the same van, pass out, him waking up in the hospital. Now we're going to skip to the perspective of Goku. As Goku would wake up, he would see Iron Man, an Iron Man, seeing how at this point Tony would have been in his Iron Man suit, seeing how just a random being just fell on, his tower. He would look and telling him and asking him, why is he here? And how come he just fell from the sky? Goku would explain that he is the son of a god, and how there is nothing that you can do that if I really wanted to hurt you, I could. And Tony would just start laughing, saying, a son of a god, huh? Okay, can a son of a god survive this? And he would blast Goku. This is actually where I'm going to have to leave it off. Let's go with 35 likes, 4 parts, 4 part 2. And with that, I'll see you guys Marvel and DBZ crossover. So until then, peace. I'll see you guys in my next video.